Hello guys, welcome to OctaCoder. Before we dive into the coding, let me provide a quick overview of what we are building today. A dynamic dropdown is a crucial feature in many web applications, empowering users to select options seamlessly. It's a powerful tool that enhances users' experience. And in today's tutorial, we'll explore how to implement this functionality in a React application from scratch. So without further ado, let's not waste any more time and dive right in. So we are currently in an empty folder. I have given name Dropdown. If you are following along, go ahead and create a new folder on your computer, whatever drive you have, or just open an existing one in Visual Studio Code. Okay, inside VS Code, open a terminal window. To create a React project, use the command npx create react app./ This means the project will be created inside the current directory, which is our Dropdown project. Wait for a minute or two. Okay, so our React application is created, so I'm gonna just clean up some unnecessary files, like we don't need these files, so delete it. And in app.js file, let's delete this pre-written code that we don't need it. And let's give it a heading in h1 tag dynamic dropdown. Okay, as you may know, this app.js file is imported in index.js file here, as you see. Okay, if you are new to this, check out our previous video on the dynamic codes generator React application. In that video, I have explained everything from scratch, so don't forget to watch it. You'll find the link in the description. Okay, now let's run the app by typing npm start command in terminal. It will take a minute to start, so I'll fast forward bit, and there you go. Our app is running on localhost port 3000, displaying the heading dynamic dropdown. Perfect. So let's start the actual functionality we'll be building in this tutorial, a dynamic dropdown. Now let's take the next step and create our dropdown component in the src folder. Create a new folder named components. It's always recommended to organize your components neatly inside a components folder. Inside the component folder, let's create a new file called dropdown.js. And inside dropdown file, here we'll create an arrow function called dropdown. And remember, it's a good practice to capitalize the first letter of the function name as per coding standard. Okay, and for now, we will return a heading welcome to OctaCoder just for demo purpose. Then select tag containing options tag and value. Let's give for now daily. Just copy paste 1-2 times. Actually, we only need 2 options. One for select your city and other will be dynamically value fetching in option tag. Okay, just for output I writing dummy options manually. Okay, and this error is because we're using multiple tags, so let's put it inside in the React fragment or just empty tags. Okay, so error will be gone. So let's export this. Now let's import this component into our app.js file. Here in app.js file, let's import here dropdown component. And when you write first letter of component like D for dropdown in Visual Studio Code, you might get auto suggestion. Simply press tab to complete the import statement. In the return statement, here include dropdown self close tag. Okay, and here in the paragraph below we will displaying a static value my city is Pune, which will eventually be replaced with dynamic data based on the user selections. Save the both files and it's successful. So let's check the output and you'll see a drop down with our dummy data. Excellent. Okay, so now let's do functionality. Now let's make our drop down dynamic by introducing state using React's useState method. Inside the app function, declare a variable, say selected city, and another variable, set selected city. Within an array, initialize useState empty string. If it doesn't auto import, make sure to import useState at the top of your file. Now here let's generate some dummy data for our dropdown. So let's define an array called cities, and each city object within this array should have an ID and value property. So let's write any city name like Delhi, then just copy paste, write another city name. Okay, do 2-3 times, change city names. Now let's handle the dropdown change. Create a function called handle dropdown change that takes an event e as a parameter. Inside this function, call set selected city e.target.value to update the selected city. Now where do we call this function? In the dropdown component, specifically in the onChange method of the select tag. Don't forget to pass cities as a prop. Now let's display the selected city in a paragraph. Update the paragraph to show my city is followed by the selected city. In the app.js file, the code functionality is complete. Now let's head to the dropdown.js file to implement the logic here in dropdown.js file. Let's remove this dummy data that we have created earlier. Okay, we need two option tags. The first one will serve as a placeholder, prompting users to select your city. The second one will dynamically populate based on the provided data. But first, in the dropdown function parameters, accept cities and onChange as props. Now within the select tag, add the onChange method with the onChange prop as its parameter. Now to loop through the cities array and dynamically create options. So let's write here in curly braces cities.map cities. Inside here, write this second option tag, cut and paste inside here, containing key and value. Key as the cities.id and value cities.value, and display cities.value in option. This code dynamically generates option tags for each cities in the cities array. Okay, we done all functionality now. Save the file. Hope we don't get any error and it's successful. Great. Let's check output. Voila! We have a dynamic dropdown in our application. Go ahead, select Mumbai and it works seamlessly. Notice how the paragraph updates to say my city is Mumbai. Now let's choose Pune, and just like that, the paragraph reflects the change. My city is Pune. Congratulations, you have successfully created a dynamic dropdown in your React application. Now let's make this looks more cool. Let's give some CSS. Let's design this. I'll not explain much. This code is just a CSS code, background color and width and all that. I'll fast forward it. And great, now it looks much better. Cool. I used here bootstrap classes in select tag and gave some CSS, nothing else. Okay. Now you can implement in your React application how to dynamically get data in dropdown, right? And there you have it. You have successfully built a dynamic dropdown in your React application. That's it for this tutorial. If you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe OctaCoder YouTube channel for more coding tutorials. Thank you for watching and happy coding.